The job description of a front-end developer revolves around building and optimizing the user-facing portion of websites and web applications. These professionals focus on the visual layout, interactivity, and overall user experience of digital platforms. They bridge the gap between design and technical implementation, transforming wireframes, mockups, and prototypes into functional and responsive interfaces using programming languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Front-end developers play a crucial role in how users engage with web applications. Whether it's a company website, an online store, a news platform, or a web-based app, users interact with the front end, what they see and click, on a daily basis. The design may come from a UI/UX designer, but it's the front-end developer who ensures that everything works seamlessly, looks clean, and performs smoothly across devices and browsers. In modern development environments, the job description of a front-end developer includes working with frameworks, APIs, and build tools, as well as collaborating closely with back-end developers and designers. They must also consider accessibility, performance optimization, and responsive design to create inclusive and scalable applications that meet evolving user expectations. Role of a front-end developer. The role of a front-end developer is to implement visual and interactive elements that users engage with in a web application. While the back-end handles data and server logic, the front-end is what users directly interact with: buttons, forms, sliders, animations, and overall page layout. Front-end developers are responsible for coding this interface and ensuring that it works well across various platforms. A core part of their role is to take static design mockups from tools like Figma or Adobe XD and bring them to life using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This process involves more than just coding the layout. Front-end developers must ensure responsiveness so that websites work effectively on mobile phones, tablets, and desktops. Front-end developers must also manage application states and user inputs. Using JavaScript and associated frameworks like React, Vue, JS, or Angular, they create dynamic and interactive components. For example, a developer might build a real-time search filter, animated modal windows, or an interactive dashboard. Beyond coding, front-end developers are tasked with optimizing site performance. This includes minimizing load times, ensuring efficient use of resources, and improving accessibility for users with disabilities. Techniques such as lazy loading, code splitting, and image optimization are frequently used. Additionally, front-end developers must ensure compatibility across different browsers and operating systems. They use tools like browser developer consoles and automated testing frameworks to detect and fix inconsistencies. This ensures that the application delivers a consistent experience to all users. In agile or collaborative environments, front-end developers participate in daily stand-ups, sprint planning, and code reviews. They work alongside back-end developers, UI/UX designers, product managers, and QA testers, ensuring that the front-end integrates well with APIs and aligns with the project's goals. Responsibilities of a front-end developer. The job description of a front-end developer encompasses a broad set of responsibilities, all aimed at creating seamless, efficient, and aesthetically pleasing user interfaces. One of their primary tasks is converting design specifications into interactive web pages using front-end technologies. They are responsible for structuring content with HTML, styling it with CSS, and adding functionality with JavaScript. A major responsibility is ensuring cross-browser and cross-device compatibility. Developers rigorously test applications on various browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge, and platforms, Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, to identify and fix visual or functional discrepancies. Responsive design techniques such as media queries and flexible grid layouts are standard tools to achieve adaptability. Front-end developers also integrate APIs provided by back-end services. For instance, when building a product page, they may fetch product details from a RESTful API and dynamically display them using JavaScript. Familiarity with JSON and asynchronous programming using promises, async, await, or fetch APIs is essential. Another key responsibility is maintaining and refactoring existing codebases. As web applications grow, developers must keep code clean, modular, and maintainable. They follow best practices like using reusable components, leveraging version control, e.g., Git, and adhering to style guides to ensure consistency and scalability. Accessibility is another important aspect. Developers implement best practices to ensure that websites are usable for people with visual, auditory, or motor impairments. This includes proper use of semantic HTML, ARIA roles, keyboard navigation, and screen reader compatibility. Performance optimization is a continuous responsibility. Developers minimize page load times by reducing the number of HTTP requests, compressing files, and using techniques like image sprites or lazy loading. They may also work with build tools like Webpack, Parcel, or Vite to bundle and optimize assets. Front-end developers often document their code and interfaces. This helps other developers understand how components work and how they can be reused. Clear documentation also supports onboarding new team members and facilitating collaboration. Finally, front-end developers participate in testing and debugging. They write unit tests or use tools like Jest, Mocha, or Cypress to ensure components behave as expected. When issues arise, they use browser developer tools to inspect elements, trace errors, and apply fixes. Skills and qualifications required. To succeed as a front-end developer, a strong combination of technical proficiency and soft skills is required. The foundation of front-end development is built on 3 core technologies: HTML for structure, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for behavior. Proficiency in these is non-negotiable. Modern front-end development also requires knowledge of frameworks and libraries. React.js is among the most widely used libraries, known for its component-based architecture. Others include Angular, Vue.js, Svelte, and Next.js. These tools allow developers to build complex, single-page applications more efficiently. Experience with CSS preprocessors such as Sass or Less is a plus, as they allow for more organized and scalable style management. Developers should also be familiar with responsive design frameworks like Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS, which help create adaptive interfaces quickly. Version control, particularly Git, is essential for collaboration. Developers should know how to use platforms like GitHub or GitLab for code sharing, branching, and merging. Experience with package managers like NPM or Yarn is also useful for managing dependencies. Soft skills are equally important. Front-end developers must have strong attention to detail to ensure pixel-perfect design implementation. Communication skills are critical when working with designers, back-end developers, and stakeholders. Problem-solving abilities and a willingness to adapt to new technologies are highly valued. A degree in computer science, software engineering, or a related field is often preferred but not always required. Many front-end developers are self-taught or have completed coding bootcamps, provided they have a solid portfolio of work demonstrating their skills. Knowledge of build tools, testing libraries, API integration, and basic SEO principles is advantageous. Understanding browser rendering behavior, the DOM, and event handling is foundational to effective front-end development. Work environment and career outlook. Front-end developers can work in a variety of environments, from startups to large enterprises, in-house teams to digital agencies, or even as freelancers. Most developers work in office settings or remotely, collaborating through project management tools like Jira, Trello, or Asana, and communication platforms like Slack or Microsoft Teams. Work schedules are generally full-time, although flexible hours and remote arrangements are common in the tech industry. The demand for front-end developers continues to grow as more companies invest in digital transformation and customer-centric web platforms. Career advancement opportunities are plentiful. Front-end developers can specialize further into roles like UI engineer, UX developer, or accessibility specialist. With experience, they may transition into front-end lead, software architect, or full-stack developer roles. Some may also move into product management or start their own development businesses. The future outlook is strong due to the continuous growth of e-commerce, web applications, and mobile-first platforms. Businesses across every sector, from finance to education to healthcare, require engaging, high-performance user interfaces, ensuring long-term demand for skilled front-end developers. Conclusion. The job description of a front-end developer highlights a dynamic and highly technical role that lies at the heart of the user experience. By transforming design concepts into interactive and responsive web pages, front-end developers ensure that users can navigate, interact, and engage with digital platforms seamlessly. They combine aesthetic sensibility with programming expertise to bring digital experiences to life. From building components to optimizing performance and ensuring cross-browser compatibility, front-end developers are responsible for much more than just coding. Their role requires continuous learning and adaptation, given the fast pace of change in web technologies. Whether working in a small team or a large organization, the contributions of a front-end developer are essential to any web-based product's success. As businesses increasingly rely on engaging digital interfaces to connect with users, the job description of a front-end developer will remain critical, offering exciting opportunities for those with the right blend of technical skills, creativity, and problem-solving capabilities.